Right, let's talk about political spine transplants. Because apparently, Sir Keir Starmer has just undergone one, and it only took 6 months, mounting pressure, and a very stern talking to from Baroness Casey to finally grow a backbone on the grooming gang scandal. I'm your host from Celebrity Vibes, and today we're diving into the U-turn so sharp it could give you whiplash. Before we get into the juicy details, imagine this: you've been at a restaurant for months, waving away the special. Then, suddenly, you read the menu properly and say, "Actually, I'll have what she's having." That's basically what happened to our Prime Minister this week. But instead of a nice piece of fish, we're talking about a full statutory inquiry into one of the most serious scandals in modern British history. For months, and I mean months, Starmer's government played the political equivalent of "I'm not touching you" with calls for a full inquiry. Their line? "We're far too busy implementing Alexis J's outstanding recommendations to start anything new." It's like saying you can't tidy your room because you're organizing your sock drawer. Technically true, but missing the rather large elephant in the room. The government was so committed to this position that they turned down the council's request for a white-hot-lid inquiry faster than you can say awkward phone call. But here's where things get interesting. Enter stage left, Elon Musk. Yes, the man who bought Twitter for $44 billion and renamed it X because, apparently, vowels are overrated. In January, Musk used his platform to launch what can only be described as a social media bombardment on Starmer and Safeguarding Minister Jess Phillips. Now, I'm not saying Musk single-handedly changed government policy, but it's funny how quickly politicians develop selective hearing when the world's richest man starts tweeting about them. It's like having a very loud, very wealthy neighbor who keeps pointing out your wonky garden fence. Eventually, you're going to fix the fence. Then the plot thickens. The government commissioned Baroness Louise Casey, a woman so respected in public service circles she basically has her own fan club, to do a rapid audit. 3 months, they said. Quick and dirty. Well, Casey took one look at the evidence and said, "Hold my tea. We need to talk." Her recommendation? A full national inquiry. Not a quick audit, not a gentle review, the full Monty. And suddenly, our Prime Minister had what can only be described as a Damascus Moment. "I have read every single word of her report," he announced from Canada, because nothing says taking this seriously like making major policy announcements while on a trip abroad, and I am going to accept her recommendation. Now, you know what they say about blood in the water, it attracts sharks. And the political sharks were circling. Nigel Farage, never one for subtlety, called it a welcome U-turn. Meanwhile, Kemi Badenoch went full attack mode, demanding apologies for 6 wasted months and drawing parallels to other government flip-flops. Ouch. But here's what really matters. Professor J's 2022 report already concluded there have been institutional failings across the country affecting tens of thousands of victims. Let that number sink in. This isn't just about political U-turns. It's about systemic failures that destroyed lives, and a political system more concerned with saving face than facing facts. The new inquiry will have real powers to compel witnesses and coordinate investigations, exactly what should have happened months ago. So, there you have it, another day, another U-turn in British politics. Starmer's finally doing the right thing, but it's taken longer than most people take to finish a Netflix series. The inquiry findings are set to be announced in Parliament on Monday. Watch this space for more political theatre. What do you think? Too little, too late, or better late than never? Drop your thoughts below. And if you enjoy keeping up with these policy pirouettes, stick around, someone's got to keep track of all the spins. Until next time, this is Celebrity Vibes, reminding you, in politics, the only thing more predictable than a U-turn is a politician claiming they never made one in the first place.